Well, I was working at Illusions Restaurant, and at that point, a young Chris Kenner was working the tables, a young Mike Close, a young Homer Leewag, and I was working there that weekend because it was a 2-hour drive from my home. So I used to go over to Illusions and hang out with those guys. Now, down from Detroit visiting us was Bill Kalush, who I mentioned earlier. And Bill Kalush, at that point in his life, and still today, has the invisible pass. The pass is, for non-magicians listening, is a move where you can exchange the halves of a deck in the blink of an eye. Well, he did it before you could even blink your eyes. You didn't perceive it happened even when it was happening. Other people, you know it happened. They telegraph it. There's a flip, there's a little burp, there's a little jump, something like that. Bill had perfected this with single-minded. You know, when I asked him, what book did you learn the pass from? He said, Zen and the Art of Archery. You know, it was a metaphysical for him to practice this pass. It was a religious ceremony practicing the pass for him. He took it much more seriously than the rest of us, and that's why he was so good at it. Anyway, he was famous for that, having the invisible, the best pass. So Bill was in town, and Bill was a real dude. You know, he wore expensive suits. He drove a Porsche at that point. He was very wealthy and very well spoken. He was almost like he stepped out of The Godfather, because he was from Detroit and he spoke, hello, it's nice to make your acquaintance, you know. So my mom had driven in from Dayton to have dinner with me and see the show. So we were dining, and I say, see that guy over there by the bar, that handsome man, that tall guy, the well-dressed guy over there? Oh, yes. I go, he's going to come over here, and I'm going to ask him to do a card trick for us. When I tap your toe like this, and I tapped your toe under the table, all I want you to do is look at him and say, nice pass. And she goes, what? I go, I'm going to tap your toe, look at his eye, just look up at his eye, catch his eye and go, nice pass, and then go back to eating your salad or whatever, you know. That's it. She goes, why would I go, just please, for me. She had no idea he did a pass. She didn't, it was invisible. I barely saw it. I just knew when it was coming, because I know the trick he would probably do. So sure enough, he comes over. I go, Bill, hello, this is my mother, Mrs. Williamson. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Your son and I go way back, blah, blah, blah. Bill, I hate to ask this, but would you mind doing a little something for my mom? She came to see some magic. It would be my absolute pleasure. And he has her pick a card, and she puts it back in the deck, and boom, he does the pass. And immediately she looks up and she goes, nice pass. And I swear, I saw the blood like a thermometer just drained from his face. He turned pure white. He started to wobble. He looked around, beads of sweat were forming. He couldn't believe what he just heard, you know. So he bought that, and he was over at the bar, and they go, what's going on, Bill? Because he was drinking more than he usually does. He goes, Williamson's mom clocked my pass. Like, don't mess with my mom. She knows everything.